I thought today I'd just show you a couple of ideas with Perfect Pearls. Perfect Pearls are a mica powder. They're very, very versatile. They come in a pack like this with 2 separate brushes and a perfect medium. 4 colours in this set, but you can buy all the colours individually. And I'm also using the Fairy Girls set. And this is the finished card that we're going to be making. Okay, so I'll just put that to one side for a moment. I've pre-prepared some of it. I've got a card here and I've just put a couple of coloured strips on. I've got the red panel that I'm going to be working on, and that will fit over the top. Let me just put that to one side. I also have a little red flower. I've already put a brad in the middle. I'll put that to one side. And here's one of the Fairy Girls. I've stamped, coloured, and we're ready to go to the next step. But first of all, I'm going to do my background, and I'm using the lovely swirl from the Fairy Girls. Now you can either use the perfect medium that comes in the set, or you can use Versamark. This is a bit larger. I'm just going to use the Versamark for speed today. So all I'm doing is stamping onto my coloured card, and this gives you a lovely watermark effect. If you don't do anything else, you will still keep that watermark effect, which is very effective. The darker the powder, the darker the paper it's on, the better the effect you're going to get, the more it's going to stand out. But hopefully you can see there that I've got a pattern on that card. Can you see that? Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is put the powder over the top. You get 2 brushes in with the sets, and you get a smaller brush which you use just to put the powder on. The one that I'm using here is bronze, but there are quite a few colours, entirely up to you. You don't need very much powder, that's more than enough there. You then use the softer brush that's in with the Perfect Pearls, and just in a circular movement, it's like magic painting, the colour, the picture will appear. Okay, so there we go. Right, the next thing that you do is just get a piece of kitchen towel and just wipe the excess off, and there's your finished picture. Right, so we'll put that to one side. I'm now going to colour my flower, and again you can use your perfect medium or your VersaFine. And what I'm doing, I'm just actually inking the edge of the flower, making it damp with the Versamark, or as I say, you can use the Perfect Pearls. And literally as before, we're going to put a little bit of the powder on like this. Won't waste that bit, so just go back in with that. Okay, you actually need very, very little, and there we are. I've got a pretty complementary flower. I'll put that to one side. Let's just turn that over for a second. Right, now I have my finished picture. Well, finished, it's coloured. This is another thing that you can do with your powders. You can put them on with a Versamark pen. Now a Versamark pen is going to work exactly the same as a Versamark pad, but it's got 2 ends to it, a brush end and a fine end, which is the one that I'm using here. So I can go over any area that I want to, and I can just colour over the picture that's already there, like this. We'll just have a few in the sky as well. Actually, what I'll do, just do the bottom bit first of all. And using my brush, I'll just go over and wipe the excess off. Ideally I would use a different colour for this bit, but the copper is the one in front of me, so can't remember where I went, but if I go over the lot we'll soon find out, because it'll only adhere to where I've put the Versamark. And again, just wipe off the excess, and you can see I've got a lovely pearlescent effect where I've applied the Versamark pen. One more way of using it, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of the powder onto a tile. I'm going to use a paintbrush, add some water, and I can paint in with this. Now you have to be careful that you make it quite watery, unless you want a very strong look, because what will happen is if you have it too thick you'll lose your picture completely. So we can just paint in, got a hair on the end of that, just take that off. So we can just paint in wherever we want to. Too much water on there, but you can see you can just paint as well on whichever bits you wish. And I just do these little bits, and there we are. A couple of ways of using your mica powders. Quick and simple, very effective. And when we have stuck that all together, like so, we're going to have a really nice card. Okay, so just to show you the finished card once more, that's our finished card.